I just thought of? I am really bad at compliments. I'm not bad at getting them. I love getting compliments. I love when people compliment me. But I mean, like, giving them. I think I'm bad at it because it's like I over compliment. Like, I don't, it's like, for me, it's like if I like your outfit, I'm like, oh shoot, I love your outfit, and I just like explode because I'm excited. I don't get excited that much about things. So when I get excited about something someone's doing, like I just complimented one of my assistants, and it's like I felt like I was like, damn, did I over compliment her? And it's like, because what I've noticed is when I over compliment, or what I call over complimenting, if it's like a lot, they kind of regress, or they kind of act like they don't need to have that hierarchical mentality, and that bothers me. But the same thing with my kids. When I tell them that they're doing a great job, and I'm like, oh, you're doing a great job, keep it up, blah blah blah, they tend to like sink into, like, they regress, and I'm just like, did I over compliment again? Did I give them too much of a, okay, you're doing a good job, let's lax and stuff? So it's like, for me, I need to learn to balance out my compliments, I guess. It's just like, for me, I'm just like, goosh, I like to tell people how I feel. I feel like telling people how you feel when you feel it, I don't understand why you would do anything. What are you holding it for? Like, are you holding it for something? Like, are you holding it like you don't know if you're going to be able to compliment them again? Like, what are you holding it for? Me, I just like, because at first I was like, yeah, I need to balance it out. And I'm like, wait, no, we're sovereign right now. We are who we are, and that's it. So no, I'm not going to balance it out. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think, and I believe, because think and believe are two different things. So I believe that if I love you, I'm going to tell you how much I love you, and I'm not going to nitpick or like skip or breadcrumb how I love you. Matter of fact, I take it back. I don't have a problem complimenting. I'm very good at complimenting, because it's like, what am I holding it for? What am I holding out telling you how awesome you are to me? Like, why would I withhold telling you like how much you help my heart and regulate my nervous system? Like, why wouldn't I tell you? But what, oh, tell them how you feel. You say it with your chest, but when it's towards what they're doing negatively, don't get it twisted. I tell that too. If you're messing up, I'm like, yo, you got to straighten this up, and I'm very stern. I just got, a person I got spoken to today because I hurt someone's feelings. So it's like, suck it up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I hurt someone's feelings. So I'm like, whatever. But I balance it out, because it's like, as much as I'll tell you you're not doing a good job, is as much I'll tell you, hey, no, yo, you knocking this out the park right now. I don't even miss what I used to have, because what I used to have isn't like this. I tell you to do something, it's done. I tell you to get something done, it's done. And I'm like, oh my God, let's keep this going. You understand? So why wouldn't I compliment her? But I also told her, don't start messing up because I complimented you, because I can take it back just as fast as I gave it, So I don't have a problem with complimenting. I'm so excited. I'm happy we had this conversation. Thank you for being my sounding board. I don't have a problem with compliments, because when I love you, you'll know it. When I don't like you, you'll know it. When I don't trust you, you'll know it. When I trust you, you'll also know it. You can feel it in my energy. If I don't trust you, you can feel it. It's like a cold wind that blows. Someone told me one time, it's like, you are such a sweetheart, but when you're mad, you are like a cold shower. I'm like, that's right. I was like, that is correct, sir. That is correct. That is very correct, because I do all I can as a human being to treat people the way I want to be treated. I literally live the golden rule. I literally live that. I do all I can to live that rule. If I'm wrong, I won't say shit. You won't hear me say shit to you. If you're like, Keisha, you did, and I know I'm wrong, you won't hear shit from me because you're 100%. You are 100% right for being upset. You have all right to tell me I'm messed up because this is a relationship. And if I can't relate to you properly, I shouldn't be with you. If I do not understand that your feelings are just as important, if not equally as, no, just as more equally, no, is important. Shut up. It happens sometimes. You know, your feelings are just as important as my feelings. You understand how you feel, your nervous, my nervous system and your nervous system being regulated, that's important. That is like, I did not know, this is probably going to be another video for another day or cut up or whatever, but I did not understand how important it is to be with a partner or person that will regulate you, help you, because they can't regulate for you, help you regulate your nervous system. Does that make sense? People are like, oh, how can someone else help you regulate your nervous system? If you know your man gets anxious when there's too much questions, stop asking him so much goddamn questions. Ask him one question. Figure out which question is the most important question and ask him that one question. And then if you're smart like me, you'll ask that question and it will lead into another question and then it will lead into another question and it goes around until I get all my questions answered. Does that make sense? Because what happens is if you over-regulate his nervous system, he's going to lock up. There's going to be a lockdown protocol. There's going to be a shutdown protocol until he gets that healed. He's going to have she's going to have a shutdown protocol that just shut shit down, and they're not going to talk to you. And then you're going to be like, I don't understand why they don't talk to me. They don't talk to you because you don't help regulate their nervous system. You trigger their nervous system. You understand? I'm not saying to tiptoe around them. I'm not saying to walk on eggshells. That is not what I'm talking about. But if you know that your partner is in the middle of a healing process of getting the crap, whatever, out of them, why would you trigger shit on purpose unless it is to clear it? Now, if you're just triggering shit just to trigger shit, you're fucked up because an unregulated nervous system and it's being triggered is the most debilitating thing I have ever experienced in my entire life. I was just like, what is happening right now? And my nervous system was just spinning out of control and it was fried. And I was just like, what is happening right now? And I realized the person that I was with was purposely triggering my nervous system to keep me off balance. If you're with someone who is constantly triggering your nervous system, and I'm not talking about your twin flames, your person, or your soul tie, or your soul contract. I'm not talking about those people, because those people are for a whole different video. Those people are there to trigger your shit. You understand? That's their job. You are their assignment, and that's their job. Right? But that's for another video. But if you're with we're talking about those people. We're not talking about these people. We're talking about those people. Those people over there, they want to trigger you. And not in a good way. Not for you to get healing. Not for you to see where your holes are. Not for you to be like, okay, I need to figure this part out because this shouldn't be happening. Those are not those people. Those are those people. Does that make sense? These people over here are the people who they've told you time and time again, meaning your SGS squad has told you time and time again to stop hanging around those people. Stop being around those people. Those people are not good for your nervous system. Stop being around those people because there's a group of people who are going to trigger your nervous system, but they're going to trigger it for you to heal. And it should be only triggered once or twice. After the second time, if you don't notice that it's something that needs to be healed, then they might be this type of person. You understand? So make sure you don't get these two people mixed up. Two groups of people mixed up. But I digress. So these people over here, they're triggering your nervous system just to get a rise out of you. I've had that happen to me. It is when you figure it out, it's one of the most angering shit that you can fucking find. I turned into an angry black Hispanic woman. I was like, are you serious right now? And then my spirits were like, look at it. And then I would start to run, you know me, I started running tests. And I was just like, I started running experiments. I used to call it arguing with a purpose. So I still call it arguing with a purpose. But yeah, so I'm like, and I would do it. And I would be like, huh. And then they would get their fix because they had narcissistic tendency, narcissistic programming. You understand? So I was just like, we're not doing that no more. So you need to be with someone who regulates your nervous, helps you regulate your nervous system, because they can't regulate it for you, but they can actually help out and help you regulate it. You know, if, like, for instance, one of my children, you cannot yell his name. You cannot scream his name. We're working on it, but you cannot scream his name. It fucks his nervous system up. Like, it makes him, it glitches, you know. And I learned, and I've taught other people, hey, don't scream his name. It's not good for him. Don't do that. He's not doing the necessary clearings that need for it. So we got to regulate his nervous system a different way. We have to help him regulate it a different way so he can clear that part out. So then he can start working on this part. Because sometimes the part that deals with the nervous system isn't the part that needs to be cleared right now. Sometimes it's other parts that lead up to your nervous system. Because I remember when I started my clearings didn't start with my nervous system. It didn't. I didn't even know what a nervous system was. I thought nervous system was like, oh, just wires and shit. I didn't know that was your nervous system being like, bitch, what is happening out there? You know, and it's like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that that's what the nervous system was. I thought it was just like wires and shit. There is so much to this spacesuit. It is insane that we don't know. We don't have a manual. We need to put together a manual for this spacesuit. But anywho, I changed my mind. I am very good at compliments. I'm very good at getting them and giving them. So you stay up. You stay blessed. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Especially if you got this far. Deuces. And I'm out. Click it.